Hey, welcome back. In this video, we will discuss about the parseInt and parseFloat functions in JavaScript. So whenever we want to parse a string into number, we use these two methods. But there is some distinction between these two methods, okay? So what I can do console log of parseInt, okay? And inside of the parenthesis, what I can do, I can pass a string of something like 1, 2, 3. And as you can see, it is now number. And we can check that by doing something like type of something like that. And as you can see, it is number. Okay. So whenever we want to parse the string into numbers, we use the parseInt method. So the parseInt method will always return us an integer, something like that. So if I just do something like parseInt of something like, let's do 44.56, okay, hit save. As you can see, we are getting an integer back. Okay, always we are getting an integer back. Now what if we have some sort of special symbol or something like that? Okay, parseInt of something like $99. Okay, so this dollar symbol does not mean anything to the JavaScript. So that is why we will get NaN, not a number. Okay, instead of the dollar sign, if we just go with some spaces, as you can see, that is totally fine. But we cannot do something like $99 or something like that. Okay, but what we can do something like this. So parseInt, okay, and do something like 99 cents. Okay, that is totally valid. So we are getting 99 back. So the string should not start with some sort of a character or special character. It can start with spaces, but it should always start with the number, and we will get the number back. Okay, so similarly, the parseFloat also works. So console log of something like parseFloat, okay, and let's do something like 100. Okay, as you can see, we are getting 100 back. But what is the difference? So if I just do console log of parseFloat, okay, and now if I just do the same thing, which is 44.56, so 44.56, if I just do that, we are getting the floating point number if that is present inside of the string. Okay, if that is not present, we will get an integer. Okay, so once again, console log parseFloat, okay, and here what I can do, I can just do something like, okay, let's do $9.99. okay, as you can see, once again we are getting not a number. Okay, but now if I just do something like console log of parseFloat, okay, and do something like 99 cents, okay, 99.99 something like that cents, as you can see, we are getting 99.99. okay, so in that way, parseInt and parseFloat works in the similar way, but there is a distinction. The parseFloat will return us a floating point number if there is a floating point number, but the parseInt always returns us an integer. Okay, if there is some sort of a decimal point, something like that, it will be ignored. Okay, awesome. So this is the parseInt and parseFloat functions in JavaScript.